And I hope so because don't want to sit here by myself because it's my day off. So I'm gonna wait and see if someone join me, and I hope you will notice it soon. So I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing for the moment because that's how it goes. Lives, lives, lives. So we're gonna see, we're gonna see. Will someone see that I'm live? Because it's a Friday. I guess in America the clock is not that much, and here is beginning of noon, and I thought I should just do something at least for the moment because I'm off today. I actually was working yesterday with scanning in things in the warehouse, and I got a phone call from one of the team leaders. Hello Dizzy, nice to see you. And I got a call from downstairs, and they actually asked if I wanted to have a day off because we didn't have enough work for everybody today. And of course I accepted because what's better than be off work instead of stressing around. So what are you up to today, Dizzy? I just came home after being running around and doing some shopping. I actually found another pair of cargo pants for me for sale price. I'm really happy because now I got at least 3 pair of suits for winter time. So that's great when you live in Sweden and you need to have a little better clothes when it goes cold. And I actually found some stuff for the decoration outside too. So I had to take away the orange stuff because it's not Halloween anymore. But I actually found something that was a little more gothic inspired. So you're gonna have to wait to see what it is because I'm probably gonna take a picture. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I do have my new belt from Killstar too. That was extremely expensive because I had to get it from US because that's what the only shop that still had it. And it have sold out every time I tried to have it before. But this time the price totally went double what it should have costed because first it came from US, the shipping was expensive, and then I got custom fees on top. So over the double I paid for it. Nothing wrong with chilling in a coffin. Sometimes you need to do that too, but I thought I should do a live tomorrow. At least that was my first plan. But because plan changes sometimes very fast, because we discovered, at least I discovered this morning, that tomorrow the British shop in Gothenburg celebrate 5 years. And I know that is one of the favorite shops for travel to buy things that is from UK. So I thought if we go that early and they have those gift shops to the first customers too, that put together a lot of different things, and I know there's probably gonna be things he like too. So I've said, okay, I see that you can afford to at least buy things there too, because he's a little short because he had to repair his car. So I say, I'll give you some money so that you can get the shopping done for the things you like. Plus, if you're early enough there, you can get the bag if you like it too. And of course, if you are there a little longer, we wait until Grottica is open. And everybody that knows me knows that I love Grottica. I love Jeanette that owns the shop. I have been there since the beginning, and it's a cozy alternative shop with golf outfits and other type of fixed courses, and you name it, the Monia shoes, all type of different clothes from Killstar to what is the brands? I forgot the brands you have, but you have seen what I have shopped, so, and you can go and search for Grottica too, because I think she sometimes ship abroad too. I can't tell, but I think she do. But she have a lot of different cool stuff too, so I'm looking forward to go there. But she opened a little later, so we have to do things before, because I don't think we're gonna spend time 2 hours in the British shop. But at least we can spend some time and maybe take some food or fika, like we call that. Fika is when you take some coffee or whatever, and maybe a bun or sandwich or something to it. What was that for survey then? I haven't done that before, so not sure what that is. So yeah, so I thought we go there so we can do some stuff in Gothenburg too, because we now have a long weekend. He's off too today, but he's doing a lot of other stuff, and he thought much better than when I didn't irritate him earlier today when I was out. And I went to different shops too, but today is crazy and the traffic was even worse. So I don't even know where some people get their license from, because either go way too slow or they don't even follow the rules. So if you are in the right one, you can't even get into that place because the other ones is going the wrong direction. So what's very frustrating to drive through the whole town. The highway is not that bad, but the other places, I don't understand some people. And then we had people that don't dare even go out when there's a big space between the cars, and you're thinking, what are you waiting for? That no one is coming for 5 minutes or something before you go? It's not gonna happen. A bunch of dumb questions. I'm happy I haven't had that type of questions then, because I don't know. I have done any survey for YouTube, what I know, but maybe it's for the American people that is members, or what you should call us, because I haven't done a survey what I know about, at least, or at least that my account is not big enough to get that type of things, if that's what you need to have too. Because even if I have a certain amount of followers, subscribers, darklings, I still haven't enough with watching hours, because I haven't even reached 1,000 watching hours, and you need to have at least 3,000-4,000 before you can get somewhere on YouTube. And yeah, my channel is still just a hobby thing. It's for me, as long as I think it's nice to be here and to actually enjoy people, enjoy all the friends like you, Daisy, and Star Raven, and all others that I usually love, and like Nightmare Bliss, and all others. I'm a little sad that Jane Wilkes is not here, but I saw she put up a new video recently. But in some video now I don't gonna watch. I don't watch Eldergoth. I don't watch her. I haven't watched the one from Delia Faye either, because it's about this latest box, and I know I'm waiting for someone, because this time I got an email that they're sending it out, so I knew it was gonna go. But for some reason I always get mine very late, even if they send everything probably at the same time, and I have paid the fees for it. I'm still waiting for it to arrive, and I haven't seen that it's moving yet. So I hope at least I'm gonna get it next week. But it's our postal service, so I don't really trust it either, so we have to see. But I know I'm gonna get one, so I refuse this time to even look at any video about that thing, because I want to have this box as a big surprise this time, so I don't have any clue what's coming in it. I have a little clue because I saw a picture of Jane Wilkes, and I thought it's a necklace she wear that was from that, but that's all. But if it's just one thing, it's nothing. I know what the magazine itself is about, because I took the free offer to download the digital version, so I know about that one. I haven't read it through proper, but I have watched fast what's in it, so I know at least that bit a little more. You're a little unlucky then if you got those service all the time, because like I said, I haven't got them. So yeah, so now I'm just chilling and gonna eat later, so I'm gonna have to cook something. But yesterday was a little funny day too, because they have this thing at work when they started to have some celebration of all the workers, and I'm not sure about that, because they're not directly thankful and everything. And everybody that follows me and know from my community tab that my working schedule have been much more worse. So it feels like Monday to Friday nowadays mostly are destroyed, because there's nothing I can do when I finish my work and I need to get home, take a shower and eat something. Then everything that is fun to go to maybe closing or almost closed, so you don't feel like you have a real life, and there's not that much to that. And I still wake up way too early, because I still have problems with my shoulder. It's over 2 years since that working accident, and it really hurts, and sometimes even my eyes hurts, and that's because my thyroid is attacking my eyes. So I got this pain, and it always comes after I've been sleeping, or while I'm sleeping I wake up by all the pain. So if I'm lucky, I have both pain in my shoulder and my eyes at the same time. And because I done my surgery, I can't take that much painkillers either. There's only one that is allowed. So if that don't help, and it mainly don't help anything at all, So then I have to suffer till it's released, and sometimes it's released when I'm getting up. So it's something that happens while I'm laying down and sleeping. So, but I'm not sure what's going on. But it's a little sad that I can't really sleep longer, and at my work they don't have anything nice to say about that either. They think, oh, you should try to sleep a little longer, but it's not that easy when you've got pain. People that live with chronic pain know what I'm talking about. I have fibromyalgia, so I know what I'm talking about, and that pain I can take all the time compared with that one. But the one I got with my eyes and with my shoulder, I can't take. It's too much. So then I wake up and it's not much I can do about it. Um, I don't know. It looks like more people in, but no one is really talking to me more than this is. But I appreciate that you actually do something. And saying like I'm looking forward for Friday the 13th in December, because then I gonna be a part again by Star Raven's live together with a lot of other YouTubers, and I know she was talking about Eldergoth this time, and I actually follow her too since a good time back, and I think she's a lovely, sweet person too, and wonderful. So I'm really happy to see that Star Raven actually find her too, because it's so nice to actually see different people from all over the world. Good morning, Mike, or should I say afternoon from me, because it's morning in US and it's now noon in Sweden, or even afternoon. So I have been out and rushing around and actually found cargo pants, like I said to Dizzy before. I find the last pair in my size, so I'm happy. I didn't pay that much, just 120 Swedish krona. That is under, you could say around 10 American dollars, and the fabric is the same like you have in ordinary jeans too. And if I go somewhere and they have this thing you can't bring your bag in, then I have at least pockets. And I don't really get why we women can't have pockets in our clothes, because we need to put things somewhere too. I don't know, because if you're not even allowed to have a bag with you, where should we put that? In the bra or what? Yeah, she is wonderful, and Star Raven is a wonderful person too. I really hope that one day when I go over to UK that I can meet Star Raven and Lucky Blake too, because that should be nice. But then I need to go to the right part of UK. Nowadays I'm always on the north part, and mainly on the northwest part, and they live in down in south, maybe little southwest about London or something. But I need to get closer to London if I'm gonna meet them up, because they're, at least Star Raven is from Brighton. Yeah, it's very crazy, and I'm happy that the most of us now have that time change done too, so it's not even more confusing, because during a certain amount, because not all countries are changing in the same time, because I know that we changed a week before some other countries did, so it can be even more confusing, especially if you're gonna collab with someone else with YouTube and you're gonna release something at the same. This year I haven't had that many collab. I had actually one collab that I had a request about, but I haven't started with it, and it's mainly that I'm gonna take pictures or something and send it to this guy, Dragul. Today I can't speak. And he have this dark ambient music, so you can always go and check his channel too. And I think if you like that type of music that is not directly go for that type of things, but if you like that little darker sense of it and that atmospheric thing, you think graveyards, down in the basement of castles, somewhere like that type of thing, so then you know what I'm talking about. And he asked actually, because we have done a lot of collabs. He done the intro music for me in my videos, if you have noticed the music there, because that's from him. And we have done some other collabs too before, and now he asked again because he have some fascination for Medusa. And if I have watched some of my older videos, you know that I have done Medusa, but I need to get up some things, because not everything I have up that I can use for her. So I'm gonna have to go down, because this year I didn't really put up that much Halloween decoration. We have a lot already, and I bought some, but because we were away so long in UK, and then when we came back I was sick, and then it was way too bad weather and everything, and now my mood was of some reason this year off. it was way too off. So I didn't even bother to go and pick up the old things because I usually put up a lot of more things just because it's Halloween. I have a little more extras out the door and that type of things, but that's all. I didn't put up everything I usually have. So, but I was a bit off. So I thought that okay, if I'm gonna do Medusa, so some of the parts I put in my Halloween stuff that is in the basement, and that is some of the snakes. I have still that tiara, I have my headpiece. I have showed that on Star Raven's latest Friday the 13th live when I was there together with some other people. And I showed up that piece I have made myself. That is still up here, but I'm gonna need to have all those fake snakes and everything. So I have the snake jewelry up too, so that's no problem. It's just that I need some of the snakes I have down so I can add it to everything. So I'm gonna get more this Medusa going on. So I'm gonna take pictures and maybe send him some video too if he want to have something that moves too. So we're gonna see how it goes, and I hope that some more YouTubers want to do a collab. I don't want to be the one that is pushy all the time about collabs and that type of thing. So, and I know right now that many people are a bit down, and I know especially my American friends. I have many American friends now that is a bit afraid of the future because they are in some type of positions too. So, what the people that have been voted for now is not directly the right ones for them because they know now their life gonna be a hell, especially when you have old-fashioned, backwards going people. And I think it's sad. I think it's very sad. So this election that was in US actually was scary for me, and it's still scary. I'm a bit scared how it's gonna affect the rest of the world because it's gonna affect us very big style, even if it really doesn't should have something to do with us, but it have. Especially when you have like a Ukraine war with Putin in Russia and all that stuff going on. Then you got this thing about money value and that type of thing. So Swedish money is not that great for the moment. So it's still very expensive for me to get something that is not inside Sweden, and even in Sweden it's now expensive because everything prices going up. So I think it's ridiculous. And I really hope that our wages is going to go up. They said actually our wages when it comes to worth actually after this inflation has been follow back. So we actually live worse than we lived during the 70s. That says a lot because it was a big depression there in the 80s, 70s and around that type. I know that I was lucky during the 80s when we have that last time a bigger one because I was not directly unemployed either during that time. I was always doing something that gave me money and things. So I was one of the lucky during that part too. Plus my life wasn't that expensive, even if I did some things that could be expensive. But I had sold the things so I could get down the costs a lot in other ways. So I did a lot to bring them down. So I was happy with that, so I could actually live the life I wanted to. But nowadays you feel like you're more restricted because your money is not that much, and you need to take in granted that you need to pay your bills first, you need to have food on the table, and you need to know that your vehicle, your car is working, because you can't rely on the buses here. And it's too expensive to go by the buses, and it's gonna take way much longer for me to go with the buses too, and even wait for the next bus if I can't catch the right one in time. So I don't want to spend even more hours away when I'm gonna work. Good morning, Phoenix Princess. Hope you're doing good. And it's actually fun that I actually caught you on my live too for a change, because I'm usually on your live but not that many times lately because I'm working. So because I've seen that you had lives but I haven't been home, and when I'm coming home I eat first and take a shower and then I maybe chill and go through some stuff, but then you don't have any live anymore, so I haven't been able to follow so many lives. I hope everything goes well and that Dylan and you gonna have a really good weekend too, because you are worth it, and I hope no teacher gonna be that stupid like you have told they are, because Dylan is probably a very creative person, and even if you don't go after sun that use the right color for an apple like you said, blue apple, that is using your creativity. Actually, not follow what everything says, but because who says that the color is right? Because if you look on other things, you can have things that we don't know about, and they can be manipulated apples too, so it can be blue apples too. You're welcome, princess. You're welcome. So I get frustrated, especially when I say, because I know that there are a lot of people that have different type of things going on, and especially when it comes to artistic kids and that type of things too. Many of them are actually very smart, but they can't show it in the normal way. So they show it in another way, and some are very good in calculating things, other in creating things and whatever. Maybe not that outspoken for other people, but they are very good at what they're doing, and what the most normal people can't do either, because they use another type of the brain too. Yeah, I I think I wish that sometimes I could turn back the clock, and sometimes I wish that I could change some of my decisions in my past too, so I shouldn't be in some position that I'm still after 10 years that I can't get rid of some things from my skeletons in my things, because if I don't win a lot of money, so I can get buy me free from that skeleton. So it's my ex-husband, and the worst thing, we have been divorced for over 10 years, and it's me that's still paying and still gonna be responsible for a lot of things, and he that still live in a place I don't live for, but my name is still on that one, and I still pay for other things because I was stupid to sign the paper for his company when we were married. So I had to take it out over, and I knew I never gonna get the money back. So I'll start to see the end of that bit at least, but the house part is still not done, and I'm still waiting for that to be a solution. But till then, I'm still gonna struggle with things, and everything he don't do, I can be reported for, and I can get big fines if I don't sort it. Like I had a big struggle this spring and summer because of him, but I succeeded to save that position in time. But I was so worried. I was so worried. I'm trying not to show people that thing, how much it worried me, but it's not that easy to say, yeah, but go further and don't care about him and do this and do that, do this. You don't do everything, and you don't take that type of thing if you know the person, know people in Hells Angels, because that is my ex-husband's friends. I am not stupid. I'm not stupid. I'll say hi back to Dylan. And I gave a good big hug too. Yeah, so I think that when people judge others, no matter if you are a kid or a grown up, they have never been in that position. It's a little like when you was saying in one of Princess, when you said in one of your shorts that we can miss a person and you never know when and who we're gonna miss it, and we need to take care and show the love for that person, and how much that's gonna hurt us when that person is gone. Sadly, I have lost more than one person. One of the person is my dad. He went in cancer for some years ago, and I have lost my favorite granny. I lost in, she just fell down. I hope at least if I'm gonna die, at least I do it in my sleep, or just like her, just fall down and everything stopped, because then you're not gonna suffer. But I was also in a big car accident 2001. I was dead first, but my biggest love died. My boyfriend died. So I know how it is to miss, and I have a lot of friends already that have died too in cancer and other type of things. So life is hard. Life is hard. And Trevor had cancer for some years ago. He still have one more year for checkups too before he's cleared from his cancer. So I know how tough it can be, and yeah, yeah, I understand you miss your sister. I can't sadly say that I miss my sisters, because my two sisters and my mom have cut the band with after my dad's funeral, because that side of my family is very toxic, very toxic. And I was thinking, I'm that old now, nothing changed, and it's gonna just drag me down. They don't they don't really accept the person I am. They never accepted the goth person. That they want me to be a normie, but I refused to be a normie because it was never me. I was always the one that had different hobbies, different interests, and wanted to dress black and all that type of things. And they tried to change me, and nothing I did was good enough. Even if I was good when it came to school, I could have 1 point wrong in a bigger test with say 500 points worth. I had 499. 499, 1 point wrong. And I said, you could always do better. So you could really never feel happy for your result. So it didn't matter what I did, everything was not good enough. So I was thinking, if this gonna be everything, that I'm gonna have to fight for the person I am, and nothing gonna be okay, and they're always gonna look down at me. And if they sometimes ask me something, is just to, oh, can I borrow your clothes? I'm gonna go to this masquerade. My clothes is not for masquerade. That is my lifestyle. I think that is to disgrace me as a person a lot. So I cut the bond. But I have a half brother in Finland. I have never met him. He's been in touch with me and still follow me. But I don't talk so much with him because he had a little more. He had met the rest of my family except for my dad, of course, because it's from my mom's side. But he was adopted as a child, so I haven't met him. He's I think he's 5 years older than me, but I never met him. But it showed out that we are more similar when it comes like who we are, because we went both into motorcycles and we both been alternative. We still have that in the background, even if we don't look that alternative anymore. And he actually was playing in, I think it was in black metal band too. So we were more similar compared with my sisters, for an example. So at least it explained that it's not just me that is the apple that fell a long way from the tree compared with the others. So I've always been the little one that is a little different. But not gonna talk about that much in negative stuff, because I think it's better to cut off the toxic part. If this is not gonna work and you're a grown up and they're not gonna accept you for the person you are, even if you do everything right else, then it's a waste of time. It's not gonna work. That's how it is. It's not gonna work. And yeah, and like I said, I'm off today, and that feels good too. And of course, I had to take off my new belt, my ankle belt. I love it so much. I love it so much. I got it last week. And yeah, I love to being different too, Princess, because that makes you a little more unique. And like I said, even if you are goth, because so many people think that even a goth need to be exactly like the other one, and especially when you have the little more extreme looking thing. Of course, I should want to look more extreme if I was that type of person. I had my extreme parts when I was around 30, so it's 20 years back in time or something. Then I was more extreme, but yeah, life goes on, and I'm grown up, and my skin changes, and my life changes, and I'm working much, so I don't really have the things to put on my makeup every day. So it's more for the weekends, and often I don't put on that much, but sometimes I think it's fun to try a thread of makeup too, even if I feel a little strange in it because I'm not used to seeing myself in that anymore. But it could be nice too. Hello, Jamie. Nice to see you. Long time no see. How are you? Are you better now? Because I know you had a lot of problem with your back, I think it was. Last time I saw something with you. So I hope that has been sorted. So you have a little better life with not that much pain. Oh, thank you very much, Princess. I do like the new way my haircut too, even if it was more cut like a mullet. You're not supposed to have those here, but I think the mullet type of style is not really me. It's a little more other type of style. So I thought find the right type of hair clips and put it up and then fluff it up. And that I usually have straight hair, but something happened when my hair started to grow out again and everything. So suddenly, if I use some hair moves, a little water and wet it a little and do it, suddenly I have waves in it that I never had before. You not have even hard time to get it with an iron or something. So my hair has started to change. Ah, happy to hear that, Jamie. Very happy. What are you doing nowadays? Because I haven't seen you on YouTube either that much lately. So your grandfather sounds very clever, Mike, and that was 2 words too. You don't have to be like all others. You can actually be the rest because, like I said, if everyone wants to be one of the parts, you still have more. Else you're not gonna create a whole hand. That what makes everyone unique. That we can complete each other in different type of ways. We don't have to be exactly the same, and it's even in the goth scene. You don't have to be exactly the same, and I think it's very interesting to have a genre that actually shows that you can do stuff that is not maybe always goth, or at least people don't think that goths are interesting. Just show that we are actually an ordinary person that for others seems like a weirdo, but we still have our interest and everything like that. And in many type of cases, many of the alternative people are very smart too, but people that is normies don't believe it for some reason. Have a great day, princess, and hope the one and you have a great weekend too. And nice to see you on the live too. That was nice to see. I'm looking forward to see some of the makeup videos too. I don't do that much makeup videos right now, but maybe I could change. But I think it's so many other channels that is more better on makeup than me. I usually do just my type of style, what I feel for. And if it's too much extreme, I have my finger handicap and my vision too. So if I can't have the ordinary mirror, it's a little hard for me to do it because I don't have the support, and because I have this finger handicap in my fibromyalgia too, so it's a little hard sometimes to get straight lines, and I have to use some support to get it better because some days the eyeliner is so terrible to get. So if I get one side okay and it looks very great, and the next time other side, so then I have to destroy the one that went very well to match them at least. So yeah, so I'm not really sure what I'm gonna talk about more. Is there something else you want me to talk about or whatever? I know that we are going to Gothenburg tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to that because Gothenburg is my favorite town here in Sweden, and it's on the west coast. It goes to the ocean, but we don't go to the ocean itself. We go to more the inner part, and gonna go to those different shops. Hello, Janet. Still, it's nice to see you here too. Ah, I guess you're working because it's probably a working time for the most Americans too, and still for many Swedes too. But Fridays is often a day when many people are off because they can have that type of things when they have worked together the schedule for the week, so they don't have to come in, or they finish very early because you can see around 12 12 hours or whatever you say, that is the military clock, I think American call it, or like that type of thing. So then it's rush hour because many people have finished very early. So if you're one of the one that finish the normal time, so you're gonna see is not that much cars on the roads during those times compared with the rest of the week. Have a great weekend, you too, Mike. And I hope you have an awesome time. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna be live tomorrow too. I'm not sure because it depends. And yeah, the most of us need to do our jobs too. But I'm happy I got an extra day off. And this time they actually remember to ask me because many times I ask other people, and then I came down and see that where is everybody? Oh, that they have finished for the day. Oh, great! And you didn't ask me this time either. But this time they actually asked me, so I was happy that I actually got that request and I accepted. So I do love to be off. Just with a short notice too, so I got a longer weekend. It feels a little better when it's a Friday you're off because if it's just one of the ordinary Monday to Thursday, and on Monday can work too, but Tuesday to Thursday, for an example, then you still have to come in the day after and still have to do that. At least I'm happy I don't have to work during weekends anymore. I did that in the beginning when I did those shifts where you work early one week and then you work late, but that also have to do that I had to work on a Sunday, every second Sunday, so that was not good either. And suddenly we had to choose early shift or late shift, and if you work late shift you always work the Sunday, so that sucks too. So I choose to go over to daytime, and after that I had for a very long time good working hours that is more for me suitable, but they changed it for some weeks ago and now this sucks. This sucks. I do really hate to work. I hate to work 8 to 5 because I'm home so late and everything, and I wake up still early, so it's like just sitting and waiting for go to work, and then the whole day is destroyed. So yeah, so but it was nice to come through live. So I'm gonna see, is there something else we're gonna talk about, because I don't know how many just is still here, because everybody was going, it seems like, at the same time. I maybe hit the wrong time of the day doing my live. But yeah, I'm waiting for one uh, box from Gothic Beauty magazine that I'm excited for. So I haven't watched any of those videos, and I try to avoid to look at pictures when people say I scroll very fast when I see something going on with that, because I see the cover of the magazine and I'm thinking, no, I'm not gonna watch that one. But because our postal service stinks and I have to pay a fee for get my parcel too, so even if it's just a gift for me, because they don't demand anything more than I do either something on Instagram or something on my YouTube channel for them, a review. And I feel very honored to actually get this box too, so I'm surprised every time is the third one is coming for me, and I didn't expect to get even two. I was very surprised when they asked me for the first one I got if I wanted to do this for them, and I said yes that time, but I didn't expect to get one more. But that one I didn't know about, but because I got this time a mail from the company that you can order them from, so they said we have sending out your box, so I knew a third one is coming, and I was, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get another one, I'm gonna get another one. But before I have watched videos with people open, so it's not like you get that genuine feeling when you open the surprise and see what's in it. So I thought this time I refused to watch, and so even if I want to watch some, especially Jane Wilkes that have not done that much after she said she should stop doing YouTube, which I feel ashamed, but I understand her reason, because she started to come up to that age and because it takes so much time. She do it more professional, and her husband is helping with it, so they decided that it takes too much time, and time is so much in value when you start getting older and you want to live your life together, especially if you're a couple that have the same charisma like Morticia and Gomez in Adam's Family, for an example. So then you want to take the moment. You don't want to sit there and do a YouTube video that you have to fix everything or start to put together or film, and it takes time. You're gonna put up the layout and that. I'm maybe not that big on doing those type of things, but I try to keep it simple. I know you can probably do it much better than I do, but I'm not. My goal is not to be a professional YouTuber. If I should earn money in the future, that's one thing, but it's not for that. I'm doing it. I'm doing it for myself. It's my hobby, and I want to enjoy that time without that pressure too, because I think when you get monetized, you're gonna have this big pressure. And because I don't want to box myself, I don't want to box in my channel in one type of things either, because my main focus is I'm an Eldergoth, I live in Sweden, but I also want to show people other stuff too, because of course I'm much more than just that little box too. And even a goth can be outside the box. I don't like when people say you need to do all the things right or listen on everything right. For me, it's a music-based subculture, but of course you can do whatever you want with that after that bit. You can express yourself in a certain way. And I think it's really sad too when people jump on me after my videos sometimes and said you shouldn't do that whole video from that company, blah blah blah, because that is against all the rules about golf and that type of things. And I said, do you really know all the circumstances? You are probably a young person. You're probably a bit spoiled too, because you can come and say that everybody should buy things from independent sellers, and it's often pricey. If you have the money, welcome. If you're very good at doing sewing stuff and that type of things, I did sew my things from scratch during a time, but that was before my hands started to be very bad. And for me, even back around 20 years ago when I still did my own courses too, my hand was in pain. And I had people that actually asked me to do things for them, but I had to say, it's not worth it. It hurts my hands, especially the bits I need to sew by hand. I can't use the machine, and it takes a long time. And they think it should be cheaper to order from a thread. But I said the fabric itself, especially if you want to have your type of fabrics and everything, so it's gonna be good. Because I don't talk about those bad underwears kind of things that not gonna shape you anything. I'm talking about real corsets that you can drag and really shape your forms with, and it's layers with fabrics and everything. Is a lot of boning and that type of things inside it too, often that type of corset boning. So it takes time, very many hours, and people don't want to pay for that one because it should be way too expensive. They don't realize how much expensive it should be if you should take out what it really should cost if it took everything in that calculation. I did sell some things, but it was also things that either went too big, I had miscalculated something and it didn't fit me, so I needed to get back some of the money so I could sell it very cheap during that time. But you don't know what person goes through. I have handicap in my fingers, and I don't like to sew. I have changed, my body has changed a lot during 14 months back soon because I did my surgery, and I can't replace everything that's not fitting nowadays. So I need to do something, and I know that other people are in bad situation too when it comes to money. They can't really get it. Thrift shops nowadays is not actually thrift shops. Most of the times I have seen even people in other countries like US and the UK start to complain over the prices even there, especially if people have left the price tag from the original shop, and they even start to take in more for the items than you paid from start, and that is insane. That is not what thrift shop is all about. It's for people that maybe can't afford things in first case. Of course, if you want to go and use things for thinking of the environment, that is good things too. But it's not that you should be overpriced because you thrift shopping. So not everybody can do that, and not everybody have those good thrift shoppings. And here is often not that type of golf things. Not even if you should start to try to recolor things, because you need to have a fabric that actually can take the color too, because not all fabrics are for that type of things either. And of course you can do it yourself, things with items too, but people also forget that we have different shapes, and yeah, and people nowadays also spoiled with internet, because it's like these memes that I'm older than Google. Of course I'm older than Google because I'm Generation X and Google came when I was 20 plus. So you see, I'm older than Google. You take that, I like a job too. So I think people today is so spoiled with having everything available. Even if you don't have the physical shops or physical places to find things, you can get it on internet. And even that is probably the way that independent sellers do, because they don't really have this physical shop either, because they shouldn't have afford to have it if they are that type of very small business, because it costs a lot to run a shop that is open. And you see that even bigger shops nowadays are struggling because of the inflation and everything. So many have disappeared. Even the alternative shops have gone down very much, especially here in Sweden. We don't have that money, especially not physical. So that's why I'm happy when we go to Grottica tomorrow. That is one of the few, and that is still left. I think it's another one in Gothenburg too, but that is not open that much and don't really have that much of different things. But Grottica have always been there. She have fighting through everything that goes on, and she been unlucky when it comes to roadworks around in Gothenburg, because that have also been a struggle to get customers to get to the shop. And like she said, you had COVID, you had all that type of stuff, but she still managed it. And she think it's because she have all those people that comes, and even from other cities when they are in Gothenburg, coming down to her shop and actually still support her. So maybe if we don't buy things every time we're there, we still gonna buy something. And of course it's gonna be a little more expensive than maybe buy from the company that sells the original from start, because he's a reseller, whatever you call it, when they sell for other brands like Killstuff, for example. She had Killstuff things there too. She had from other type of brands too, but I don't remember them right now because sometimes my memory sucks. So but I have mentioned them in my hauls too if I bought another type of brand. So I think it's nice to go down. I have often long shots with her, and I said if I was in that position one day when I don't have to go to work, maybe a pensioner, still too many years left, but it's getting there. It's getting there. If nothing happens before, so at least hopefully I'm gonna be pensioner, and if she still have the shop back then, I can go down and help her for free, just to be in that environment, meet the people that are more alike me and that type of things, and to hang around with things I love. Because I said, not everybody is fortunate we work with the things you love, and think of being that environment that you actually can look like you want every day. So if you want to have full makeup and everything, you can have full makeup, and you probably have time to put it on too, because they don't really have that type of working schedule. So you have to go up very early in the morning or something, or coming home very late. So you're gonna have to remember to remove everything and not be too tired too when it's time for that. So mainly working days I look very dull, I should say, and I just put on little mascara, and that's all, because I'm too light and everything, so I need to have something so people don't think I'm sick. But when it comes to weekends, so most of the time I want to add some type of, sometimes I put on more extreme, and sometimes I just put on some. But I do whatever I feel for, and that is my type of expression. And like I said, I put on the clothes I like too, and today I actually have one dress on me. You can't see it's proper maybe here because I have a jumper on because it's cold and rainy outside. So I needed to have something more because it's just this type of things, and the lacing in the front and all that type of details. But it's actually a dress from Grottica that I bought. I don't remember right now which brand it is, but it's from her. I'm probably gonna have the same dress on tomorrow too, because I think you don't have to change every day. And like Angela Benedict, if you follow her, she also have this advice: if you don't have that much money, you want to have a goth look that is good, and you like to wear dresses, for an example, if you are a girl or someone that like to wear dresses no matter gender, so then choose clever. Choose one that is very simple. Long arms is the ultimate, a special type of upper bit, and then if it's long it's even better because people are not gonna recognize it that much. And then add different accessories. So if you have the same dress for 3-4 days on, if you change around with accessories, different type, or maybe use a bolero or something even on top of whatever you use, then you can change the same dress in different styles, and maybe people don't even realize that you have the same dress on every day, because you don't have to wash it all the time. If you not go out and do that type of stuff, so you go very dirty and everything like that, you don't really have to wash it. You can hang it out and refresh it in the air too. That's enough for the most of the clothes most of the time, because the thing we nowadays do with our clothes too, we overwash them. We overwash. So think a little more about the environment, and even to have to how you get your clothes to last longer. And like I said, if you can't afford to buy those more expensive quality things or from an independent sellers, and you still go for like Shein and those type of things, read what it says about the clothing, read about the fabrics, look at the measurements, and if it's reviews, especially with pics, and if people even putting up the sizes on every type of part, look at them and then take decisions and choose wisely too. Choose things that you're gonna wear more than once, because I think when people start talking about the goth is not about fast fashion, blah blah blah, I think nothing, that's not 100% correct, because even if you buy something the more accepted way from those environment goth warriors, whatever you should call them, it's gonna be fast fashion if you only buy it for one use or two uses or something like that. Because if that's just because you have seen it on a bigger influencer or something, and oh, I need to buy that one, or I need to buy that from that brand or something, that is accepted. But if you're only gonna use it once or twice, it's fast fashion then too. And like the brand Killstar, it started to be like a fast fashion type of things too, because they always have something new and sales and new and sales. It was not that like that in the beginning when I bought my first things from them, because the new things came out with a long time in between and not that much during a year, and the sales was not that often either. So that was a big difference in that type of case too. So I think people shouldn't be so hard on others, because they don't know about your financial state. They don't know how your possibility to get things, and they maybe don't even know if you can actually buy from internet, because not all people maybe have a credit card. Yeah, you heard it right. Not everybody have a credit card, not even in Sweden. But in Sweden, we are used to use a credit card or other type of digital versions to pay with most of the times. But we still have people over here that can't have it of different reasons. So don't stare you blind on that type of things. And I think then it's good to have people like Angela Benedict that also take that in calculation, that says she had been through rough times too, and she had to do some parts too. So she said, use your mind clever when you buy things, and don't overbuy. If you're not gonna use it, don't buy it. That's the simple thing. And I try to do the same too now when I start replace my things. I try to keep down the things that can be even more inside goth fashion nowadays, because some things, if it goes too much prints, of course t-shirt can have more prints, but it came to like my dresses and that type of things, I try to keep it a little more simple, because if it's more simple, it's easier to combine with other stuff, and it's also easy to use it all the time, because it's not going to go out from time. It's going to be your style, and choose the things that you fit in, not what the influencer fits in, because it's still about you. If you don't feel comfy in what you wear, it's not going to work. Easy. It's not going to work. And yeah, and then you can do other things. If you can't sew or something, you can put together your own necklaces and that type of things. You can do your own bracelets. Today I actually forgot to put on bracelets, but this is my own things too, and I put together the earrings. They were not that hard to do, but it's a simple way. You can do whatever you want and combine it. You can layer things and do all that type of stuff. So just use your imagination. It's a little like when I do things for home too, and I try to do my own style. And I'm not gonna have a new project going on too, because I bought 2 LED candles. That is the little bigger ones, and I wanted to have those ring decorations or whatever you call them for candles, to make it a little more looking better than just this plastic thing. But I thought they were very expensive for what you're getting, and it's not really my style, and nowadays it's mainly for Christmas too. And you know, even if I like to celebrate Gothmas, it's a little too early for it yet, but my Gothmas is not Christmas for the normie style. You know where I'm going? you know where my mind in that case. So I wanted to try to do something for myself. So I'm gonna do some do it yourself. So you can use your creativity. And if you gotta fix, like when I was younger, I went out in the shops. I can see things, and I kept thinking, I'm maybe not liking the whole thing of this thing, but I see parts on it that I can use for other stuff. So I bought things for a cheaper price, and then like I said, I killed them for using for my projects instead. So I did my do-it-yourself back then and put together things in my own style. So that's what you need to do. You need to find your own style and be creative. And if you can't do clothes and that type of things, you can actually do jewelry or whatever, or even home decorations. It's up to you to try to put something together that is you, to find your thing and your style, and don't just look on others. You can take inspiration from others, but try to keep it simple for yourself and do yourself. Because if it's something that is just for that time being or something like that, and or if from an influencer that maybe 5 years from now not even a golf anymore, like some people were back in my days around 2006 2010, a lot of my friends suddenly stopped being goths because they were too old now for being goths. And I think it's ridiculous because for me, goth have no age at all. Because it should be who you are, and why should we change? And I know people that sometimes said you don't look like my mom or my dad and something like that, that are maybe in similar age. I said, yeah, but it's because I'm not your mom or dad either. And maybe that's why I'm looking a certain way younger compared with them, because I'm still true to myself. And I think the day you start a life for yourself and try to hide the person you are, or if you try to be something you are not, of course you can have those experimental type of things when you try to find out who you are when you are younger. But when you reach my age, you probably already know who you are, because I started getting closer to the 60. I'm 56 now, so of course I know much more who I am, and I haven't really changed that much more than getting older. So that's all. So yeah, but I think I'm gonna start to end this live. If you're lucky, I said that. If you're lucky, I might show up tomorrow. Let's see what it is. Ah, hey Cheryl! I've been on for a while already, so I was thinking maybe to finish this live, but like I said, my game plane was actually to be live tomorrow, but we're going to Gothenburg tomorrow, so I'm not even sure when I'm back home. So, and how my energy is back then. So I thought I'd do a live today because I'm suddenly off. I got yesterday that the request, do you want to be off today? And I accepted because it's nice with a long weekend for a change, so I could do a little more of my own stuff and feel a little myself for a change, because it's been so depressive weeks lately since my time changes in my working schedule too. So it feels like Monday to Friday was just killing myself as a person, because it was all about working, prepping for work, prepping food, eating, and go to bed. That's not a life. It don't feel like a life, at least. So I thought it was nice to actually be off. Oh, thank you very much. And it's actually good to see you too. And I do know the feelings about what's going on. So I, I deeply understand my American friends and their decisions and everything. And I agree with you all. Everyone that is my friends have the same opinion like I have. And even if I'm not American, I'm still surprised. I'm very surprised over the backwards going, what's happening over there. So it's a really scary future we live in, and I don't know what we should do to change it really, because like now the world just go crazier and crazier and crazier, and I'm not don't know what to do. And you can go out just in town here, even here, and you see people changing so much. So everything is about themselves, ego. I'm going first. I don't gonna respect you. I'm not gonna show anything. And it's ridiculous to be in the traffic. It's ridiculous to be in the shops. It's ridiculous to be anywhere because no one really care. And to be employed to in a company nowadays is even worse because they don't care about you. You are replaceable. As soon as you don't gonna do things, they're gonna start those threats that, yeah, but you know the door. If you don't accept this, in order to we have other people we can take in that want a job, and there's so many people without job for the moment. So, and it's when you reach my age too, it's not that easy. We have interviews in the papers about people that have very high education for the works, but they are not been taken because they are around 50s. So the companies think they are too old. Yeah, it's very stressful, and as long as you're not winning a lot of jury jackpot or something, so you need to get your bills paid, and you get to have food on the table, and you need to get a roof over your head to get stability in your life too. It's already too many people that don't even have a lot of that parts too, and people forget how easy that is actually to be in a situation when you suddenly have to live on the street. And some people say, but we don't have that much in Sweden. That's because they don't know where they are. We have them in Sweden too, I promise. Oh, thank you very much, Amy. I'm happy today, but catch me at work and during the working week, I'm not that happy because I try to push that feeling away from me. But right now, my work really got me. I don't really know the expression for it, but I really get fed up right now. But I don't have that much choice. I need to bring in the money, and it's not that easy to get a new one, especially not when you have reached my age too, because I have read how hard it could be. So if I don't get a job before I finish the one I have, I'm not gonna quit, if you know what I'm going, because I don't gonna risk that standing there suddenly without work. And I have read that there's so many people now without work, and they haven't been without work for a long, long, long time now too. So it's over a year or 2 years, some people. So I don't gonna risk that bit because I just gonna hope that my body gonna cope with it, because that's the main thing that is getting worse and worse, and I feel my body also start to punish even my injury. They don't take the acceptance that I still over 2 years have still problem with my shoulder. I I do work in a warehouse mainly with car parts, so it's heavy and it's stressful and everything like that, and they don't really care. And sometimes they borrow us out to other parts, but I mainly work with two different car brands, so it's heavy and stressful, and the time sucks too because the whole day is destroyed more or less when you have a working day, and yeah, I guess I have to be happy that at least our working clothes are black with white logo on. So at least I don't have to be something else when it comes to color. Because the worst nightmare should be that they said, "Oh, you're gonna have to wear something that is pink or something," because I don't know what I should do with that. But I have started to think about taking a look more on the few works that are announced to see if they're still gonna want me. I have applied earlier for work too, but I was in the reserve because I didn't have the proper education for it, even if they should give you if they took you in. But during that time, they have that money that have the education behind, and that is actually to work like a safety guard or something like that too. So maybe I'm gonna look back to that and see if I have a chance or something, or if I see something else that maybe it's better than the one I have today. But I'm not gonna finish the work I have before I have a new one on contract and everything, because I'm not gonna take that risk. So yeah, it's a little hard. So a person have to do what a person do, and even goths need to work to get their things going too. So, and I hope that I can save up so I can meet a little more people, because that's my main goal, to go out, meet people that think the same type of things, and feel like you have the ones that you care more about, share same interest in that type of things, and not like some of the rest of the world are nowadays. Oh, how long? Don't laugh. I think it's between 18 and 19 years now. I start to get closer to 19 years. And before that, I even worked very long on another parts. I have been working on other parts, but not for that long in between, or when I was younger, like an extra work. But It's 2 works totally I have a little longer, and this one is now the longest, so 18, 19 years, somewhere around there. So I guess it's a little unique, and it was better in the start when I was working there before they started to change, and then before I was moved to where I am today. I've been there for maybe 6 years or something now, that part, and it's a very many people that stop working there if they got a chance, if they're younger and they know about the better work, they finish there because it sucks. They don't do it, and especially if you're not the one that do everything you want to change your time, work a lot of overtime in short notice and that type of things, and they don't really care as long as they can get you to do everything they wish for in that fast seconds, uh, without even protest against something. So they don't care anymore. It's changed a lot. It's changed a lot since I started there, and it's sad. And they bought up another company, and that company's people was now afraid because they know the rumor about this company I'm working for, that how it is and everything, that is nothing that people really want to work, and they have a good workplace and everything like that. So they was afraid that should start to change to the worse too. But I hope they don't gonna change for them, because they are a brand or a company that is well worked into things too. So I hope they really don't gonna go and mess that up. So it's just stick to the one I am in. But they are extremely picky down here, even when it comes to age nowadays. So if you have reached a certain age, already when you run 40, you're gonna start having problem. If you're 50, even with no kids, you're not gonna get it because you started getting old. And guess what? I'm 56. So that's why I say I'm not gonna stop working where I am if I don't get a new job on paper. So I'm really promised to start on a new place, and I know that it's a place that I'm gonna stick to. So it's just bite your lip or whatever, and just try to cope with it and hope it's gonna be better. That's the way to deal with it, because it's not much you can do. And just hope that you're gonna be a pensioner one day, so you don't have to think about it either. So you maybe can at least enjoy your time without having that stress all over. But I do hope that my body can take that thing, because I think it's the body that take the most hit, and especially now when they even start to question the thing, because some of my bosses now count me as, but no, now you don't have that sickness anymore, so now we count you as others. And that's wrong. I still have a diagnosis, I still have to live a certain way, but they don't want to accept it, because they now say that you need to be like others because you don't have those symptoms anymore. So they don't care what the doctor said, and they want everything on paper to accept things and maybe accept things. But they also know that a doctor not gonna give you that paper, because they still think that your company should help you if you already been on that journey and everything. So they don't do that type of paperwork, and the companies know that. So they use that against you. They use that to force you in this little crowd so they can do whatever they want, and if you don't do it, there's the door. Benefits and benefits. We have the one that we have by law, but it's not good. So it's not something I can take to advantage without having to pay a lot for myself for doing those benefits. And other things are through our taxes. So it don't have anything to do with the company itself, because they still have to pay in those taxes, and in those type of things when it comes to healthcare and that type of things is calculated into the taxes. So it's a little different compared with like for the states. I guess you have to have insurances of that type of things when it comes to the healthcare. We don't have it in the same type of way. Of course, we have private healthcare too if you want to have it faster and that type of things. But the main thought is that everyone should have right to the same type of care. But sadly, even that type of things are now going down in Sweden, and The later was that our big hospital is now closing one of the lung lung apartments, or whatever you should call it, that people with lung cancer or other type of diseases like coal and that type of thing that can't breathe proper, they can't go there because they don't have any doctors anymore. Everybody have quit because they can't take all the things when they have to save money, and they're closing down every part, and then less and less and more for the people that's still there to do. So all the doctors now finished, and now we're gonna throw. So even Trevor have 1 more year to go through the checkups from his lung cancer before he's cleared. Now have to go the 2 last times to go from, and they've always also said that when he's gonna have this follow-up meeting is in Gothenburg, he's gonna be taking care, and that is to get to that closest hospital is 1 hour drive single way, and plus the time you need to put that, and then you have this scan you have to do in Gothenburg and that type of thing. So she said, no, it don't work because she needs to take off too to follow me there because I don't feel well after the scan and everything. So we both need to take off a whole day because it takes so long time and he feels ill. And then for having a follow-up meeting, and then say, okay, we can take it over the phone. Yeah, that should be great. And I can understand that. I shouldn't want to go forwards or backwards just for that, and for them to say, oh, it looks good, bye. So it's ridiculous. You can't really even get sick very fast and need the doctor help to treat it anymore like you did when I was younger, because now you need to book a time even for that type of things, and I think this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We pay taxes for that, but we shouldn't have to book times when we need an emergency care, no matter if it's an accident or if we have an illness that is very bad for the moment and we need medication, or we need to have a doctor to find out what's going on. But that's Sweden. Everything goes down, and everything goes. But I understand it's the same even in UK and other type of parts too of the world. Everything seems to go in the same direction, and I don't know what's going on, because it's like the rich people don't really care. The one that sits with the power, with the politicians and everything, they don't really care because they are not in the same position in life, because they have so much money or power or something, so they can always get what they want anyway. So they don't want to see the simple person. And just think, if I'm struggling, I still have a work, and then you have people that don't have work or enough money, they have it even harder. So sweet start of your strike. Welcome to my life. I guess you maybe have finished work too. And how's the weather in Barcelona? Yeah, so like I said, this world is chaos. It's chaos everywhere, no matter where you're going, and I think it's sad. I do miss my younger me that didn't have those problems, and when he could just caught a moment, and if you wanted to travel, you traveled and everything, and you still could afford it and that type of things. And now it feels like everything's go over the roof and nothing counts really. Oh, that's nice to hear, because I was reading in the news about those bad rain weathers when many people were dying in, and like in other cities too, before it should hit Barcelona too. And I saw the airport in Barcelona did have problem during the worst part too. So, and I hope we don't gonna have that type of rain over here. But you never know in the future, because the weather changes. The weather changes is terrible. Yeah, and in my company they change the time even when you are working Monday to Friday. So the worst part, and if you are a person that a rental person or whatever you call it, when you come from another company and work temporarily, they can change your time or say you have to take the bad shift all the time because you are from that type of place. And I know many people in my position where I work that now have this 8 to 5 work. We worked, many of us, 6 to 3, or some 7 to 4. I thought 7 to 4 was bad enough, so I preferred 6 to 3. But when they changed all of us to 8 to 5, it sucks. And the higher people even have to work 9 to 6, and they are forced to do that because then else they're not gonna take them. Shouldn't be rain in your heart strike. You should be a happy person. No, drive carefully then, because I have already been out in the traffic here and it's madness. Either they drove way too slow or waiting way too long to even do something, or they don't care about the rules and you can't even get where you want to go if you're on the right part of the road, because people from the other part suddenly decide to go that route and they shouldn't, because that's not what the rule says. But be careful, be careful. I love you too. Yeah, it's a nice country, but if you're gonna visit Sweden, Jamie, you need to decide what you want to do and during which time of the year and what's your interest, because it's a very long country and not that many people. The most are concentrated from Stockholm, that is around the middle, down to the south. I live on the southwest part. If you take the half Sweden and almost the half again on the west side, then you have me, and then you go down to like Malmö and everything like in the south. So it's so much. And then you of course have in the north, you have so beautiful nature and everything. And if you go up in wintertime, especially up to the very north, you can see Aurora Borealis very much, because that's a very safe place to see that things going on. Even if I know this year next year gonna be fabulous, because I've seen pictures. I have missed this every time because I'm sleeping if it's been visible over here, so I'm frustrated. But I know it's gonna be even better next year, so it's be possible that a lot of countries gonna see it that usually don't see it. But I'm looking forward. Maybe one day I will catch it. You're so sweet, right? Thank you very much. You almost make me blush. This old person, this old bat. Oh dear. Yeah. Food, you say? I'm not sure that real Swedish food is something Americans should be used to, because I know it's a big step even if you are from UK to get the real Swedish food. But there is a lot of different food over here. We have all type of if you go to the bigger cities, you have so much to choose from. So I guess you can eat yourself through the Sweden, but you need to learn, Jamie, the word fika. And that is something that Swedes love to do. And fika is when you either sit alone or you meet up with friends and you take a coffee or tea or whatever you want to drink, maybe a bun to it, and you have a little like this chill shut time. Or you can do a fika on your own too. And Swedes love the fika. It's a secret thing. You can't take that away from a Swede. So if you learn the word fika, then it's great, especially if you do it in Sweden too. So that's perfect. So yeah. So, but like I said, if you want to travel to Sweden, you need to know what you want to do, because a lot of things are for season. Because if you come to like castles and other type of things, it's mainly during the summertime, and especially during a certain amount of the time, even during that type of year. Or if you want to do like skiing or that type of things, then you of course need to come winter time. And maybe if you want to be sure they're gonna get real proper skiing, you need to go up in a part of the country where you know it's gonna be snow too, because that have been little forwards and backwards even down where I live. That certain way, like Gothenburg, don't usually get that much snow in the same way, because of some reason it goes away much faster. But some year even Gothenburg have a lot of snow. We can have a lot of snow too, but some winters is a disaster even when it comes to that type of things. But last winter was way too long, and I'm afraid we're gonna have a long winter again. So that's why I have bought little thicker clothes too, and like my cargo pants too, so I could survive wintertime a little better, because you know it's gonna be hard else. Because I need to be warm, stay warm, and especially when I lost so much in weight too. So I really don't have that layer that protect me. So I'm freezing very easily too. Like I be hot very easy too. And I've come to the type of age too when, especially during sleep, the women problem we have, when you start with all this flushing. and everything goes so hot, and you take everything off, and then you go to cold on with everything again, and then wake up again that you, oh, now it's way too hot. So it's ridiculous. I wish that men could have the same problem, because then they probably find things that work against that don't cost a lot to fix either. So if some of the problem you have just because you have a certain gender should be for all genders, then we should not have those problems, because they should solve them in zero time. But because it's a woman problem, so especially when it reached a certain ages and everything, so I'm gonna say you have to deal with it. If you're lucky, it just lasts for some years. If you're unlucky, it's gonna last forever. At least it's gonna feel like forever. And I know friends that suffer even worse, even during daytime. So I shouldn't complain if I have that just during the nighttime. But yeah, that's the problem you can have too. So it's a little sad, and yeah. But I think you're gonna finish. I think you're starting to get it closer to food time. I need to prep something for myself, because I haven't had anything sorted for that really, because I thought I should be working more. So I'm gonna go and grab a meal, because I need to eat more often. And if you're lucky, maybe, I'm not promise anything, because I go into Gothenburg tomorrow. So I might do a live tomorrow. So else, I want you all to stay safe, stay weird, and be nice to each other. And yeah, you know all the drill. And tomorrow is new video coming up. It's a haul again, but I hope I'm gonna have something else for the week after. Yeah, and you both have a wonderful day too, Cheryl and Jamie. And don't think so much about the results it drag you down, because you need to live. Hopefully something happens, so the worst thing's not gonna happen. I cross all things I can do for America, because I'm so disappointed on that what's going on over there, because I never really thought that so many people should be so stupid, because that's what I'm thinking. They are fucking stupid. And sorry for swearing, that's me as a person, and that was the nicest way for me to say what I thought about the result too. I couldn't believe it, and I feel so sad for all my American friends and other people that I follow. So I hope you all have a great day, and stay safe, stay weird, and thank you for watching. Love you all. Take care. Have a great weekend. Bye.